Hi, welcome back to the GrowCast show. I'm your host, Lisa, and today I have Raphael Lee with me, and he's a founder of Dazzling Home Interior.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, Raphael.
Hi, hello.
So, what does being better than normal mean to you?
Being better than normal is actually what it means to me is actually to make me go the extra mile in whatever I do, especially for my customers and for all my stakeholders as well. Yeah, because this one actually gives me a challenge to actually to grow each day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What makes you better than normal?
So what makes me better than normal is actually what my staff and what my clients usually say about me is that I always give them more than what they expected. So they always say that I will always do something else extra for them, which they are always very appreciative. Yeah. So I think this is what I think that makes me better than normal.
How did Dazzling Home get started?
So Dazzling Home actually started in the year of 2021. We actually started off we are a very small company where we actually do just partition works. I'm the one that actually do all the partition works all by my own. Then from there we grow into a bigger space like from into other segments like electrical jobs, plumbing. So basically we are just contractors. From there we actually move on. We grow into interior designs. Yeah, and that's where we are now. We have two different departments: interior design and contractor. Yeah.
How did you come up with the name Dazzling Home for the name of your business?
Okay, so how did I come up with the name Dazzling Home? Because dazzling is just like dazzle, like a diamond. So if you look at my logo, yeah, it's actually in the shape of a diamond. I want to bring this dazzling effect into every home that I make, that I renovate, that I construct. So that's how I come up with this name Dazzling Home.
What is the mission for Dazzling Home?
So our mission for Dazzling Home is actually to create affordable, accurate and speedy renovation for customers, because when we actually come up with this company, we actually realize that a lot of customers, they are actually facing like a very expensive renovation. They are facing very lengthy renovation period. So we actually come up with this mission that we actually want to bring out to them affordable and speedy, accurate renovation.
What makes Dazzling Home different from the other reno and ID companies?
So Dazzling Home is actually we are both an ID firm and a contractor firm. So what we do, we actually we are very different in such a way that we are contractors, but we are also providing complementary ID services such as designing, 3D rendering, space planning, everything. But we are the contractor ourselves, so that we are the one that is hands-on onto your project. Yeah. So that's why this makes us very different, because we know exactly how the work will be done. Yeah.
What is the best advice that you can give to new homeowners?
Okay, some of the best advice that I can give to new homeowners are actually to find out what they actually want through some research, or they can speak to an ID to let them know what their wants and what their dislikes are, their likes and dislikes, so that at the first shot, the ID will be able to show them what are some of the examples that they can actually have for their house, and then from there they can actually plan. So the other advice I can give to homeowners are actually to plan way before they start. So means to say that they have ample time to do the preparation works, like finding the ID, doing the space planning, plan how their house want to be, and get the staff, everything. So they have a lot of time. With more time, they are not actually restricted impulsive decisions. So they can actually plan more properly. Yeah.
How can Dazzling Home afford to do everything in-house compared to others who outsource?
Okay, so Dazzling Home, we have different departments, disciplines, like from hacking, electrical, plumbing, and even like carpentry. So we have why we can do it very differently from others is that because we have everything in-house. So when we have everything in-house, we actually, our interdisciplinary department actually communicate with each other. So when they communicate with each other, the works is actually done more accurately at a faster speed. Yeah, because maybe a multi different department will come in at the same time to do the things out easier.
What are 3 strategies that you use to help your clients manage their renovation stress-free?
Okay, so some of the strategies that I use to manage my customers' renovation stress-free is, first of all, I let them have a very proper timeline, proper scheduling, so that they actually can know what to look forward to, so that they have less anxiety on what they are actually looking forward to. Secondly, I plan for them their finances to make sure that they do not burn a hole in the pocket, so that the other thing is actually to let them know how we actually send them videos, everyday updates on their home renovation. Yeah.
ID or contractor, which is better for homeowners?
Okay, so ID and contractors are actually different, are good for different type of homeowners. If homeowners, they already know what exactly they want, contractors is the best way because contractors actually charge much lower. IDs actually do all the space planning for you. That means you leave the house to the ID, you just tell them what are your likes and dislikes. They plan the whole house for you. They actually coordinate all the different things for you. But so it is good for both different types of owners over here.
Does it make sense to overlay tiles instead of replacing it?
Okay, so now this is a very common thing. Everyone just wants aesthetics, but at the same time, we need to look at the functionality and look at the quality. Usually, I would not recommend to overlay tiles because this is only for aesthetics value. But because the underneath the first layer of tiles is actually different from the overlaid tiles, which actually makes it more easier, more susceptible to popping, more susceptible to cracks. Yeah, so usually overlay tiles in the industry, we do not actually offer warranty. Yeah, because there are different rates of expansion and contraction in these tiles.
That's interesting to know. Yeah. How do you communicate the progress with the homeowner?
So on a day-to-day basis, usually we will update the customers either via call or WhatsApp. Okay, like for example, hey Lisa, your house is now in this stage of hacking. So today is day 1. Okay, so now day 1, this is a progress. We should be able to look forward to the completion of hacking by day 3. Yeah, as stated in the schedule that was first given to you. So we will send them videos of the progress day to day.
When someone's looking for a reno quote, is it true that if you pay peanuts, then you get monkeys?
Okay, so usually, right, the cost of labor and the cost of material has gone up substantially over the years. So people are still wanting to pay less, but it's not necessarily true that you get monkeys all along. Because there are ways that we can actually bring down the prices. Like for example, we get things in bulk, our materials in bulk, and then our labors are our own in-house labor. So it's not necessary that you pay peanuts to get monkeys. But in some cases, there is because of some unlicensed contractors. They are actually there to get your job in. And then there isn't quality in the job. Yeah.
Does it make sense for homeowners to get multiple subcontractors for their renovation journey?
Okay, so to get multiple subcontractors for their renovation journey, I would not really recommend that because it is very difficult for someone with no experience to actually coordinate all these subcontractors' jobs. So first of all, you need to know when to actually call them in. Second thing, you need to know in which stage that this contractor and the other contractor will not clash on site. Like for example, I want to do painting today, but yet I want to do electrical. I am not able to do so because it will not allow me to enough space to do up the job and everything. Yeah, so it doesn't really make sense for a homeowner to go through multiple different subcontractors.
How do I calculate a good budget to allocate for my renovation?
Usually advise to customers actually to allocate their budget based on their affordability. So based on their affordability, we need to actually segregate this budget into different segments, different pockets. So such as to get your, like example, your lighting, your sanitary wares, not only for the renovation. Renovation is only a small part, but you need to get your furniture, your furnishing, everything. So you need to count everything in based on your affordability, and then you split up from there. Then you will know what is the exact amount that you have for your budget for your renovation.
If a client comes to you and they have 100,000 set budget for renovation, what would you advise to them?
So with 100,000 budget for renovation, right? Usually I will tell them to set aside at 10% off. This is for unforeseen circumstances that is on site. So that usually these are called VOs, variation orders, because sometimes we will not know what will happen only upon site visit and upon during the job scope. Then we will know that something is actually need to be done addition. Then from this 100,000, 10% is already off for this VO's variation order. Apart from this, I will also ask them to keep some aside for their furniture, sanitary ware, whatever. With the remaining budget, I will ask them to use it for the renovation. So in this case, they are financially stress-free during the renovation journey. Yeah.
How does Dazzling Home go the extra mile for their clients?
So usually how does Dazzling Home go the extra mile for a client is actually to help them with all the minor stuff. So example, sometimes customers have different things that they need to actually put up and this sort of things. Usually ID firms or even contractors, they tend to actually charge all this stuff, all this minute stuff. But we actually go the extra mile to actually help them with all these things, like even sometimes to actually help them to assemble their furnitures, this sort of stuff, and to make sure that they actually move in on time and they actually move in nicely without any hurdles. Yeah. So this is where Dazzling Home actually comes in, not only as a renovation contractor or an ID firm, but as their partner to actually help them with their renovations.
How do you ensure that the design discussed is understood and delivered by all parties?
When designs are spoken, sometimes the understanding might be different. Like for example, you actually communicate your design to me, but what I actually understand might be different from what you actually communicated. So instead of all this misunderstanding, we actually put it down into drawings and into 3D modelings or even renders to make sure that these are actually a common understanding, and we sign it off. Yeah, so to make sure that there isn't any miscommunications.
With people these days becoming more health conscious, how do you manage the toxic waste during the process of renovation?
Okay, so actually nowadays people are very health conscious, and actually the bulk of the renovation is in carpentry works. So carpentry actually have a lot of formaldehyde. These are actually cancer causing toxics. Yeah, so for us, we actually change all our carpentries into low formaldehyde plywoods. So they actually bring down the whole formaldehyde level to a low, so that we actually can actually offer customers with all these less toxic solutions. Yeah.
There are so many interior design themes. How do I know which is the most suitable for me?
Okay, so there are so many themes out there, such as minimalist, Scandinavian, Lux, modern Lux. So how do customers know that which is actually suitable for them? So we actually have a series of questions to actually ask them, and a series of pictures to actually ask them. So because some of these are actually more prone to more upkeeping, which is very very difficult to maintain. Yeah. So such as like example, if you want a luxury wise, is most of the things are actually in gloss, and when it's in gloss, they tends to have more fingerprints, more you are easier to see dust on it. So we actually will actually convey all these things to the customer, and if it actually suits their lifestyle. So themes are not only aesthetics, it's also about lifestyle. So we actually have this type of communication with the customers to actually understand them better, and then we can actually propose to them what are the things that they want, or maybe we can actually give them another optional solution.
What are some common challenges homeowners face during renovations?
So some of the challenges that customers face during renovations are actually timeline. Number one, timeline. Because without proper preparation, timeline is always a big issue, because they have to actually rush to get their things. And when they rush to get their things, their furnitures, or for example, their electrical wares and everything, they tend to actually come buy the wrong thing, or maybe they forget to buy. We can't even install it on time, everything. So some of the challenges that customer face is actually number one, timeline. Second thing is actually communication. So without proper communication to the ID, or the IDs doesn't communicate well with the customers, a lot of hiccups will tend to occur. Yeah. So these are actually the two common type of challenges that customers usually face during the renovation.
When is the best time to start planning for renovation?
So the best time to start planning for renovation is about 3 to 4 months before the collection of keys, minimally, because we have to do a lot of planning, from quotation to the drawings, to the 3D rendering, to material selection, to buying of stuffs like lights, sanitary wares, and everything. All these I will recommend customers to actually have all this prepared way before the renovation start. So when the renovation start already, all this can be in place, rather than during renovation when it's already so busy, and then they go and find all these things, they will actually tend to make more mistakes. Yeah.
If I am rushing for my renovation, is it possible for me to stay while we're doing renovation?
It is possible for you to stay while the renovations are being carried out, but it is not recommended, because first of all, it's going to be very dusty. Secondly, it's going to be very noisy. Lastly, it is not a very conducive place for you to stay in. Yeah.
What is the typical lineup from the moment I first come for a consultation to the end of a renovation?
Okay, so usually for us, we actually meet up with you to have some discussion. Okay, first of all is to understand what are your needs. And second thing is to understand what are your likes and dislikes. Then from there, we actually help you to go into the finances part, which is a quotation, and to see if this quotation does it fit your budget, and does your budget, do you have any emergency funds for your budget in case of variation orders. So from there, we will actually, once quotation is signed, everything, we will prepare all your drawings. Once we prepare your drawings, we'll bring you for material selection, etc., scheduling, everything. So once the schedule is out, means the renovation commencement date is near already. So once commencement date is near, we will actually schedule out for you, like when it will be your hacking works, styling works, etc., the job schedule. And from there, we actually have a defect period, and then we hand over to you. So actually, everything is very smooth sailing according to schedule. Yeah.
What are some common misconceptions that homeowners have about contractors?
Okay, so usually homeowners have some misconceptions about contractors are that they are actually affording very cheap types of solutions, where a lot of owners now, they actually want to go for direct contractors because direct contractors to them means a cheaper option. But this is not true because many times nowadays contractors are also, they have some design knowledge, in what they do, because we actually do jobs for IDs, and we actually have some design knowledge as well. As contractors, we also know about the functionality of the different designs. Yeah. So not all designs are actually functional well. Yeah. So these are some of the misconceptions. The other misconception is that contractors are usually very difficult to handle because you have to give them all the details, like what is the length, what is the width, everything, all the minute details you have to give it to them. But contractors nowadays are very different from the past. Yeah.
So now we're going to move on to red flags. What is the first red flag to look out for when it comes to hiring an interior designer? Okay,
the first red flag that usually customers should actually look for when hiring an ID or a contractor is actually vague or incomplete quotations. So vague or incomplete quotations means that they actually lump everything up into a lump sum and to actually provide you the quotation instead of a line item with breakdowns. Because in such way, right, the ID or contractor, they are actually able to they will not be able to give you the breakdown of items in unit price, and it will be very difficult for you to actually count what is it all about, how much it will cost. And vague quotations is that without detailed explanation of what work will be done, is also another red flag, because it will not allow you to actually know what is the actual work being done. So it's only very surface, and you might lose out in case job is not done well.
What is the second red flag to look out for when hiring an interior designer?
So the second red flag to look out for in hiring an ID or contractor is unreasonable pricing. So what does unreasonable pricing means? Some pricing are too good to be true. So when pricing are too good to be true, it means that they will not be able to give you the proper or quality job, or maybe they will be using substandard materials. So this is actually very important because and I usually advise customers to actually get a few different types of quotes so they can actually compare. And if let's say a price is too good to be true, this is another red flag.
What is the third red flag to look out for when hiring an interior designer?
So the third red flag to look out for is actually the lack of details, which I mentioned a bit earlier, is that when the line item is not fully described in a quotation, this is another red flag because it's only very surface. Like example, where do we do the works at, and maybe what type of works and what type of materials we will be using is all omitted. It's going to be another red flag because they will be able to use substandard materials, or they will not be doing the full job properly.
What is the fourth red flag to look for when hiring an interior designer?
So the fourth red flag to look out for in hiring a designer is actually excessive discounts. So excessive discounts are actually given usually when a company need more sales. So when a company need more sales, they will be giving like some discounts that are too good to be true. And this type actually is another red flag, is because they might not be able to actually deliver all these quotations in time, or they are not able to deliver all these quotations that are given excessive discounts.
What is the fifth red flag to look out for when hiring an interior designer?
So the fifth red flag to actually look out for in hiring a ID firm or a contractor is actually like hidden cost. Yeah. So if you all know, this is a very it's an industrial thing. A lot of people are actually complaining about hidden costs up in the renovation industry. So we have to look out for what are some of the hidden costs. Like example, do they charge you GST? Do they give you the right materials? If you want to upgrade to a material, do they actually give you the cost upfront or not? So all these costs have to be put in as an optional in the quotation, so that in the event that you want to upgrade or anything, all these costs are there for you already. So you don't have to actually worry about unforeseen hidden cost.
What is the sixth red flag to look out for when hiring an interior designer?
The sixth red flag to look out for is actually unrealistic time frame, unrealistic schedule. So, for example, an ID firm telling you that they can actually fully renovate your house in maybe as little as 2 to 3 weeks, compared to any other ID firms that tell you they need about 2 months or 3 months to actually renovate your house. This is a extremely important red flag that you have to look out for, because when this happen, right, it means that your house will be in a mess, will not be able to be taken care of, quality will be subpar. This is one of the red flags.
And lastly, what is the seventh red flag to look out for when hiring an interior designer?
So the seventh red flag to look out for when hiring an ID or a contractor is actually poor communication. So even before you sign the quotation, if you realize that your ID or contractor do not understand what you want, or do not understand what you need, or do not understand what you like or dislike, please skip to the next person. Because when the first communication is not there, you need to know that the second communication, the third communication will not be the same as well. Yeah.
So do you think before somebody wants to start renovation, they should actually do their research and contact multiple interior designer companies? Is that what you would advise?
This is usually what I advise. Get 2 or 3 different quotations. Go and talk to two or three different IDs or contractors to get a feel of who you like and what you dislike. Because who you can work with is actually on a personal level as well. If you trust a person on a personal level, you can trust that this person will take care of your house, your renovations as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thank you,
Raphael Lee. I learned so much about renovation and interior design industry today. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yes, thank you.
And this was episode 66 with Raphael Lee, the founder of Dazzling Home Interior. Thank you, Raphael.
Thank you.